again. Okay, how exciting.
Antarctica is a destination you want to be completely prepared for to ensure you have the most enjoyable trip. Here are 3 things I believe you need to prepare in advance, mentally and physically. 1. Correct clothing. 2. Drake's Passage. And 3. Seasickness. Let's go through them one by one. So dressing correctly for Antarctica might be one of the most important aspects of planning to ensure you have an enjoyable trip. There's nothing worse than trying to enjoy a marching penguin when you're freezing to death. Today I'm going to show you exactly what you need to wear to stay warm in Antarctica.
This is your base layer, your thermals. You've got your top, your pants, and your socks. They're best to be made of merino wool or polyester to keep in warmth. The next layer is your fleece layer. You need to get a fleece top, fleece pants, and thick merino wool socks. This is what's going to keep you warm. Between your fleece layer and your outer parka, you can add a down jacket layer. I've got one, but I'm going to add another one. So most Antarctica expeditions will actually give you a parka jacket. These are fully waterproof and very important because you often get very wet on the Zodiac rides going to islands. I'm easily cold and I will need it, but not everybody will need 2 layers of down. It gets quite warm, but I think it's worth it if you easily get cold like me. The most important part is your waterproof pants. So this completes the outer layer. This is your 3rd layer. Completely waterproof parka, completely waterproof pants, and usually the expedition will give you waterproof boots, and that's what you'll need to get outside, and that's what's going to keep you nice and warm. And this is the last stage of your Antarctica look. It is your accessories. You need your neck garter to keep your face warm when you're on the Zodiac like this. And you got your beanie, make sure it's fleece lined, and then 2 sets of gloves, your inside gloves and your outside waterproof gloves. Together, these are going to keep your hands warm, and that way if you want to take photos, you just take your outer layer off and use your inside layer to make sure they're eSmart gloves as well, so you can actually use your phone. And this is your final look.
I got a hack to tell you about fleece. If you're a size small or even a medium, you can buy kids clothes.
And your fleece pants.
Also got these from REI, completely waterproof. And again, kids large for only $50, $60 cheaper than the adult version. So these are my inserts, my glove inserts. Got them from North Face. These were expensive. I think these were $50. And then I got my outside gloves. So you need waterproof outside gloves. Super durable warm and weather protection gloves. Women's size small from REI. The most important thing is that they're waterproof. These cost me $80 US. So you need a fleece lined beanie. Got mine from REI again for $35. And it's got to be fleece lined. This is a brand picture. This is a kid's large in REI. The same thing for adults costs over $100. The kids version was $70 and it fits me just fine. Look at that, room to spare. This is a kid's large, $50 cheaper than an adult version. Can't even tell. Boom. The second most important thing you need to mentally prepare for is Drake's Passage. What is Drake's Passage, you ask? Well, it's the body of water that connects the southwestern part of the Atlantic Ocean with the southeastern part of the Pacific Ocean and the northeast part of the Southern Ocean. And the meeting of these 3 oceans creates some of the most tumultuous waters in the world. Waves get up to 10 meters high and have created fatal boat accidents, even in recent years. Actually, a few months before our voyage, one of the cruise boats was hit by a rogue wave and one of the passengers' windows was smashed open and the occupant passed on site. Kinda scary, but don't let that deter you. You can minimize your risk by choosing a cruise liner that prioritizes safety and hires experienced captains that know how to navigate the waters and weather conditions. Personally, I cannot recommend Aurora enough when it comes to safety. They did everything they could to ensure that we had a safe and pleasant trip. If you are considering going to Antarctica, please look them up. So they started to line
the walls with paper, obviously because people are starting to get seasick, and I'm very grateful that they thought of us. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the Drake.
That leads me to my next point, seasickness. Depending on how sensitive you are to seasickness, this trip could be a walk in the park or an absolute nightmare. But you were not alone, as there were many passengers on our trip that couldn't leave their cabin for 2 days straight during Drake's Passage. But do not let the fear of seasickness deter you from visiting Antarctica, because apart from those few days, the rest of the trip is smooth sailing. Now, there are a few ways you can combat seasickness. Firstly, seasickness tablets. Secondly, patches. Thirdly, natural supplements like ginger. Personally, I went straight for the tablets, drowsy ones preferably. All right, it is time for the most important part of the day, seasickness tablets. I brought motion sickness tablets from CVS that cost me $8 for 12, which was plenty. I took one every night during dinner so the tablets had enough time to kick in and put me to sleep when I was ready for bed. I only woke up a few times during the night because the waves were so rough that I ended up almost vertical in bed, but I never actually felt like throwing up. Our cruise ship was very prepared and was giving them out during dinner. I took one of theirs one of the nights. It was a little pink one. I don't know what the brand was, but it was equally effective. I saw some of the other passengers also using patches and they said it was super effective. Just be sure to only use one at a time for a specific period and don't let it get stuck on your body. The last and probably least effective in my opinion is the ginger, which is what my mum used because she's really into natural health. She says she did okay, but this is coming from a lady who didn't even get altitude sickness in Tibet. Her body is insane and should be donated to science one day. Anyway, do with that what you will. Take the ginger if you're a natural baby, but I personally will advise the tablets. This is our boat at night time. We just went out for a walk and now we're going home. Going back to the boat to stay on the boat for a 5 a.m. departure tomorrow morning.
In Chuan's case, she is finding a hiding spot. We'll be hiding in the boat and staying in the boat and not disembarking tomorrow.
No one's gonna allow me to leave the home in which I want to have. It is my home now. No one can stop me from being here. They allowed me on. I should have the right to stay.
Overall, the trip was life-changing and we learned so much about Antarctica and the wildlife that inhabit the area. The staff were amazing and gave us this big send-off when we disembarked. I had the best time on this trip and I'm sure you will too. Don't forget to put in the comments where we should go next, and I look forward to sharing my future adventures with you.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Now that you know exactly what to expect on a trip to Antarctica, make sure you check out this video where you see me polar diving for the first time. And don't forget to subscribe right here so you don't ever miss a video from me. Alright, see you guys there. Bye!